it's continuing this cultural narrative of like men aren't allowed to feel, and it's not safe for men to feel.
When they say, oh, men don't show emotions to your partner, what they're saying is don't force your partner to be your therapist and your healer. But if we rob our partners of what we're feeling, then we actually rob them of a connection to us. We rob them of the connection, like they want to feel us. Yo lovers, welcome to Sex, Love and Everything in Between with Jacob and Meg.
This is the place we have real, raw, very deep, and sometimes incredibly spicy conversations about relationships and sex. Let's get into it. Enjoy the episode.
Hey lover.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great.
You are so good.
Am I?
You are beaming.
Am I? Yeah.
You're loving your life, aren't you?
I'm really loving my life.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm up there with you. I've joined you on cloud nine. I've joined you on cloud nine. I'm team grateful. I'm team love and light. 11. We are back in our spiritual era.
Yeah, we are.
We are releasing ebooks. We are doing photo shoots again. We have got affirmations all over our walls.
We are listening to Abraham Hicks 24/7.
No, it's good to be.
That was my reality for years.
It's good to be in a great place with you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about the Manosphere.
Yuck. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, I'm excited to have this conversation. I think it's an important one.
Oh, so many people have messaged me and be like, what do you think? And I'm like, it's so easy to react to something and be on the hype train. But it actually I went really internal with it around like, while this is a product of the environment that these men have been exposed to, and now they're trying to give these other men something that they obviously didn't get. So like I was like I felt like a bit of a mad scientist actually, like trying to understand the complexity of it and not just jump on these guys are the bad guys and hey, I'm over here doing the good men's work but they're doing the bad stuff. I was like, actually, where does this sit in my body? Where does this sit in my work? Where can I actually start to see the part of me that exists within their movements? And it was like I was like, let me hold up the mirror here. Let me actually see where where my judgment of them is actually me not taking a good hard look at myself as well. Oh,
okay. That's not where I thought this conversation was going.
No, we can go there, but I'm also excited to see where it goes. Well, where is it going?
Well, for anyone that does, when we say the Manosphere, we watched the Louis Theroux podcast on the Manosphere.
Yes.
Probably like 6 weeks or so ago now. So
yeah, it's been,
I feel like when I watched it, I was ready to spit fire. So
yeah,
hopefully that fire is still alive.
It's still there. I can feel it. It's here. Yeah.
And I was, are you just happy for me to dive in?
Yeah, go.
I was launching at the time my program called The Claimed Woman, which is really a program all around, supporting women to feel deeply met and deeply led in partnership, right? So it's for the women that are wanting, to feel more of like their man's masculine power and leadership. And so in the time that I was watching the Manosphere doco came out, I was, having all of these conversations. I just run a masterclass called Evoke His Leadership, having lots of these conversations around leadership and this being with this desire many women have for leadership. And there was this line, and I did a reel about it on Instagram. There was this line one of them said in it. It was like, and I'm not even going to try and repeat it. And it was like disgusting, but it was basically like, a true man, like, I'll tell her to make sandwich. Like when I want a sandwich, I'll tell it like I'll tell her to go make a sandwich. When I want to fuck, like I'll tell her we're fucking. Like basically just saying and he said that's what all women want, a dictator. Like that's true leadership. That's what all women want. And yeah, it was just like, it sparked this like deep rage within me. Because of, again, like I use the word lead, and a lot of women that come into my world desire to be led, but that is not what I'm fucking talking about. And that is not what the women that truly yearn for a man's leadership are fucking talking about, right? It's not like true masculine leadership that women yearn for is in service to them. right? Like the immature masculine truly believes leadership is just, I'm going to tell a woman to do whatever I want her to do. It's self-serving. I want a sandwich, go make me a fucking sandwich. I want to come and be like, fucking fleshlight for me.
Yeah.
And so it's all self-serving. It's all like I'm using you. You're a toy. You're this thing that I get to have to get my needs and desires met.
Yes.
Right? So the leadership is, you're going to do what I say so that I get what I want. That's not the fucking leadership that women want. And that's not the leadership that truly expands a man into the depth of, masculine practice and masculine power. Like that kind of leadership, mature masculine leadership, I believe, is in service to the feminine. It is in service to her nervous system. It is offering her direction and containment and leadership in a way that supports her to relax, to be more in her body. Yeah, to feel safer, to feel more alive. Yeah, it is deeply of service to the feminine. So that was one of the biggest things that just got me fired the fuck up from watching the Manosphere doco. And just how these men, and I know there's so much out there, like very dogmatic, black and white kind of polarity teachings, and people that take things and, just make them very fucking black and white, that, a woman should surrender, a man should lead, and then, take it as that. Like that's not the depth of the teachings of polarity at all. And that's not the depth of what I truly believe a woman wants when she says she desires deep leadership.
Leadership requires a level of vulnerability that these men are terribly afraid of. So when we see a man who is stepping into a position of power that is afraid of vulnerability, he will only ever lead with fear. And leading with fear means that we must have control over others. And this is what we're seeing. The idea of a dictatorship is that I am in control of you, not I am in devotion to you.
That.
And this is where we see the lack of relational attunement in these men. They're not in a relationship, because a relationship would require them to connect. And they are not connecting. And if you're not connected, then you can't fully feel what impact you are having on the other person. And the thing that I was tracking in that documentary was the woman's nervous system. She does not feel safe. She feels scared, so she is acting in a way that will keep her safe. She doesn't feel safe to relax.
Are you talking about the women, like the partners?
The
of
partners,
some of these men? Yeah.
And these men can give the woman all the Louis Vuitton and the Range Rover and the big house and all these things, but all of that is hollow, because he's not actually giving her the one thing that would that a man is here to give to a woman, which is presence. And yeah, it made me I just felt sad that this is what men believe happiness is, what they believe success is, what they believe fulfillment is. And what I noticed was all of these men spoke incredibly quickly. They were all fast-speaking men, which tells me that they lack depth. They are men that have to continually be on the move and stimulated to have some sense of self. There's no depth, there's no stillness, there's really not a whole lot of masculinity going on. For me, it's a lot of frenetic feminine energy in them, which is very much related to the little boy that needs to always have something and do something and be something to someone else. And it made me upset that our society doesn't have appropriate phases that men can transition into, that we don't prioritize this for men, and that we let these men fall through the cracks, and then when they don't get the warmth and the love and the nourishment, they then go and lead these movements which are really designed to tear down the fabric of culture. And the worst part is that the people or the women and children that they say they are here to protect, they actually do the most damage toward. And it's almost as if they are allowed to do whatever they want, but then everyone else has to do what they say. It's do as I say, not as I do, which is that what got us into this whole fucking problem anyway. A lack of embodiment, a lack of being in the practice of integrity. So these men, whilst they may be successful, whilst they may be loud and shiny and fast and on trend, they aren't in integrity. Their behavior and their businesses are out of integrity. So they have to then be in control over their home life, because if you really knew them, if they were really to open up and share what was really going on in all areas of their life, we would see an incredibly big gap between what they say is true and what they are actually living.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I feel like I'm assuming that this would very much be in the Manosphere kind of, world and belief system. And then I know there's some men's work, maybe not even men's work, but some male coaches that believe this, that men shouldn't show their emotions to their woman and they shouldn't express or share their emotions with their woman. Can you give me your thoughts on that?
Men should practice containment so they can share their emotions in a way that serves them, their partner, and their relationship. So the one thing that we say, that is so important is, can you plug yourself into a nervous system outside of your relationship so you can process what you've been carrying. So when a man like that, a dickhead life coach that doesn't know shit, these guys do my fucking head in. When they say, oh, men don't show emotions to your partner, what they're saying is, don't force your partner to be your therapist and your healer. Like, if you've got 20 years of fucking backed up emotions and you bring that to your relationship, that is not going to create a sense of safety. It's not going to create a sense of polarity, and it's going to create this sense of caretaker and child. So what I believe they're trying to say, which they're not doing very well, is like, hey, do your work, do the inner work.
Yes.
And then you can bring yourself fully to the relationship. And if your wife's beauty moves you to tears, if your son does something and it makes you feel you can feel it in the moment. You're in relationship with what's alive here. And then you can feel that. And if it's tears, it's tears. If it's frustration, it's frustration. If it's joy, it's joy. If it's grief, it's grief. But if we rob our partners of what we're feeling, then we actually rob them of a connection to us. That we rob them of the connection, like they want to feel us. So do your inner work. Find a group of men that can hold you. And I've held a lot of men through the deepest, darkest processes. And if we didn't have 25 men around that man, holding him in place, literally plugging him into our nervous systems and holding him in the safety of brotherhood, so he could release this torrent of heaviness that he's carried for these guys are carrying 30, 40 years of pain. That is where you take that to the brotherhood, and then you bring the tenderness that is now available, the gentleness that is now available to your relationship.
That was really beautiful, because I feel, and we've had conversations on this in the past, that there is, and I think I feel this is Manosphere related, or that kind of that it's like, a man, like this stoicism, like a man shouldn't bring any emotion, that is, that's going to kill a relationship, that's not what a woman needs. You should never really share your emotion with her. And I just really, truly feel like that is like keeping men, holding them as that little boy that was told, don't fucking cry. Your emotions aren't welcome. It's not safe for you to feel. And I just, that's heartbreaking to me now as a mother of a son. And I truly believe some of my favorite, most like life-giving moments in our relationship has been, watching you bawl your eyes out, or like holding you as you're feeling a sense of grief, or, or move to beauty, or seeing you so deeply in your heart, you are just like radiating with gratitude, or crying with gratitude. Like that, that is also, that creates such a depth of intimacy. And it just, yeah, it makes me so sad that there is a culture that, it's continuing this cultural narrative of like men aren't allowed to feel, and it's not safe for men to feel. And it's just to finish.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
I was just going to say, it has been the deepest privilege in our marriage to be a safe space for you and to support you as a man to remember your fucking birthright of safety, emotional safety, and to be a part of that healing for you and offer you a space where your emotion is welcome. Like you as a man that deeply feels is so welcome here. That's been just such the deepest privilege for me.
That like men, like love isn't safe.
Yeah.
Like that's what's going on. The manosphere
Underneath
is
all of
underneath
it.
all of that. Love isn't safe.
Yeah.
So why would I be intimate with you if love isn't safe? Doesn't matter if you were, you were the perfect on paper, everything. Yep. I've got all the money. I've got the body. I've got the cars. I've got the wife, and I've got the kids. If I don't feel safe, and if love doesn't feel safe, based on my upbringing and all of the experiences that I've had, then I will not be able to connect with you. I will not be able to let you love the parts of me that I'm still hiding away. That's tragic.
Unbelievably so.
Because then men will go and try and earn that love in dishonorable ways. That's why we have the Amazon being cut down. That's why we have horrible, ugly buildings going up every which way. That's why we don't have a deep reverence for life, because we're terrified of love, and love is the thing that sustains life. It's not just biological. These men are like deeply spiritually dehydrated. Spiritually dehydrated. And what I say, and why I say that is, and I'm not going to apologize anymore for going on the spiritual tangents, because that's what I love.
Go for it.
And I love myself. But realistically, in the poetic and the mythological lens that a lot of the men's work we are doing with Embodied Man Institute looks through, it's a woman is a reflection of your soul. And if you don't trust a woman to love you, then you won't ever trust your own soul, the deeper part of you. So you'll always need to be in your head controlling the outcome. You'll never actually rest into life. So you'll never actually truly receive. You'll consume, but you won't receive. So you'll consume, it'll be like you'll need the things that feed you but don't nourish you. There's a huge difference here. This is like when you eat fast food and you still feel hungry. When you watch porn but you don't ever really feel that sense of love. When you reach a new target in your business, but then a new target appears. All of these perpetual reachings that these men have is like, maybe on the other side of this, maybe through this, I'll get the feeling that I'm looking for. Yeah. But if you do not have safety registered in your nervous system, if love inherently hasn't been safe in your upbringing, you will become one of these men that essentially sets the village on fire just to feel its warmth. You'll destroy the thing that is there to love you. And you'll use the thing that is there to love you.
Yeah.
Just like you said, these men expect women to make them a sandwich, give them a blowjob. It's like these men are essentially wanting a servant that will feed them, like their mother, and then they want to masturbate with a woman's body.
That.
And it's it's a tragedy because that's not, if you really did the work, the internal work. That's why when we see these men trying to control women, they're actually trying to control the eternal. They're trying to control their soul, and the soul cannot be contained. That's the beautiful thing about this. It's like these men will attempt, but they will never succeed. Because the soul is greater than any worldly, limited belief that they have. So realistically, like the Manosphere for me is just actually it's kind of like a warning light. Hey, if we keep doing this, things are going to have to get harder and worse off for us to actually come back to what is already here, which is the beauty of connection.
Yeah. What do you think, like you were talking about that, that, you know, if love isn't safe, this is a lot of those men in the Manosphere, like love isn't safe to them. Would you also say there's like a piece, because when I was watching the doco, I'm like, these are little boys just like desperate for daddy's attention or desperate for mummy's attention, whoever it is.
Yep.
And there's still, these are little boys in the bodies of men being like, daddy, look at the shiny car I got, look at the other shiny car I got, look how many women I have. Like it's their whole existence is just look at me, like, am I enough? Look at me, validate me.
Daddy, see me.
See
Daddy,
me,
have you
see
seen what I've
me.
done? Daddy, look what I did at school today. Daddy, did you see me? Dad's not coming to sport today. Dad's not coming. Oh no, Dad's not going to be at graduation. Oh no, Dad's got other things on. He's working hard for the family. No, he's not. He's avoiding his responsibility because he probably didn't get it either. And now we've got all of these young men that are like searching for their dad's attention in all the wrong places. And they're doing whatever they can to get some level of attention from other men.
That's what it is. It's a daddy's attention because it's not for watching that too. It was like these cars aren't for women. These like all of it, and I have a wife and she's monogamous, but I'm gonna go and fuck as many women as I want to. That's not for women. That's no. I want to show all the other men. Look at all my fucking trophies.
Yep.
Look at how, like, validate me, see me, look at me. Like it's like this. Yeah, a big dick swinging competition.
You know,
all of it.
I'm reading an incredible book called Matrimony, and matrimony is the mothering of culture. And it was either in that book or I was listening to. I'm obsessed with old dudes at the moment. Martin Prechtel and Stephen Jensen. But he says a lot of ancient cultures didn't have a whole lot of counting because they only ever carried what they could in their hands. Right? They never ever had to like have all of these grand things to prove themselves to anyone. It's like, oh, I've got one apple in this hand and one apple in that hand. Cool, I've got two apples. I don't need to count to 30. I don't need to have all of these things to prove that I have enough. I trust that I will be able to create enough in that process. And I just think that's I think these young men are just trying to gather all of these things to prove, hey, look, finally see me. Look at all my trophies. Look at all my awards. Look at all these things that I've done so that you'll love me. So that you'll say I'm proud of you. That I'm good enough for you.
Where does because this is a cultural thing. This isn't just that documentary and the 5 or 6 men that were shown in that.
No.
And what was I just did not understand the degree to which these men and this whole manosphere is a culture. And there are, like, some of them have millions of followers. And, you know, majority, like in this documentary, if some of these men were being stopped in the street, it was always like 13, 14-year-old boys, which was terrifying for me now as a mother of a boy, you know, to be like, what? Like, this is the narrative and these are the values being instilled in these boys. So, like, as, you know, you do such deep work and you work with men every day, but, like, culturally, like, where do we go from here?
It's a shifting, like, it's a shift back to, or not back to, it's a remembering of our role in the home and in the community. We're not just valuable for the money that we make or the material possessions that we gather. it's our presence that is of value to the ones around us. So for young boys, it means that we have a responsibility to their nervous systems and to their wiring.
Yes.
Like this is what I was saying. I've been speaking to the guys about. I'm like, the only thing that my son needs to know is that it's safe to be him. That's all he needs to know. He doesn't need to know about whether he's allowed to cry or not. If he wants to cry, he cries. Like this idea that we must mold men into these hardened, stoic, numbing them of anything that what it means to be human. We need to reinstall beauty in their lives, reinstall like music and dance and song. I love what they say about in many ancient cultures there was no word for warrior or singer or dancer. It was you were just a man.
That's so beautiful.
So I think that...
And the range of men.
Yeah.
Like, I know our friend Keegan was talking about this the other day. Like, I don't think that's spoken about enough. Like, men holding range and having range. Like, being able to sing and dance and be in pleasure and ecstasy and also fight and fuck and, you know, all the things.
Yeah. And when we need more grounded centered men with the ability to hold very, very wide views. Like and like what I mean by this is like we need to be able to not push these men away. These Manosphere men. We don't need to label them wrong would be easy. To make them the bad guys would be easy. But then that means we're the good guys. So then we're not allowed to fuck up either. We have to always be perfect. What we're really asking to do is reinstall a sense of humanity amongst ourselves.
And yeah, this is so, even though there was so much of that documentary that had me just like in such deep rage. And I think that obviously these men need to be held accountable and responsible for, you know, the actions that they're having.
Yeah.
And this is like, this is so deeply woven into our culture. This is a symptom of the sickness of our culture.
Yes.
And I know this is such a deep thing. Like I'm just seeing, you know, this in a wider perspective, and we have these conversations all the time, but like the work you do with men, like you work with a lot of fathers, you know, a lot of men that come to the gathering of men are fathers, and the deep healing work that you do with them, the transformational work, like allows them to have more availability in their nervous system, which then has them going home to their sons or daughters and being more available to them. Like they're going to be, their children are going to feel a deeper, like felt sense of their father's presence. Like that is healing to all of these symptoms that have created the manosphere, right?
If a man feels safe to be himself, then everyone feels safe to be himself.
Yeah.
If a man feels safe, then the women and children are going to feel safe. It's a man say like the byproduct of a man feeling safe to be himself is a thriving, healthy community.
Yeah, because you're saying when a man feels unsafe, that's when he wants control of women, disconnected
that's when he will
from
control
children.
anything that has creative power. He will control anything with the creative force of the universe within them. He will want
to dominate everything.
He will believe that he has a right to dominion over the natural world rather than see himself as a part of it. So he'll separate himself from it because he doesn't feel connected to it, and then he will do his best to control it, and in his controlling of it, he will destroy.
And that look how powerful I am, look how much control I have over, you know, my world, my wife, the women, all of it.
See me, Dad. See me.
Yeah.
See me, Dad. Look what I've done. And this is why men's work is so important. Like, because what happens is that you come in and we will see you, but we're going to see all of you. We're going to see the part of you beneath the trophies, beneath all the medals, and say, hey man, well, who's this guy?
Yeah.
What's he need? One of the most beautiful things recently on our facilitator training, and it was a work of art. Like the thing that happens in men's work is like beauty just erupts from the beings of men, and it happens. It makes me emotional because like we were working with one of the brothers who was so terrified in his own home that he had to always be in control and always look after everyone else. This little boy's nervous system was how that family regulated. And he was sitting there looking across from a photo of himself, and it was so beautiful because he was seeing the part of him that never got to be seen. And also all of the men around are getting to see him in that. He's actually being held. And we were then able to bring another brother in as his father, and all he wanted was a hug. He didn't want a bigger house. He didn't want a nicer car. He didn't want to go on holidays to Bali. All he wanted was a hug. All he wanted to know was that, hey, I'm here. I got you. What do you want? A cup of tea? Some milk? What are you, like, we're not, our needs as men are so simple. Yet we have created such a complex, dynamic framework for living that we, like, it almost seems too simple. Hey, I just need a hug. Hey, I just want to spend some time with you.
And underneath,
can I? Yeah,
go on.
Like, what did you say about that kid that I met the other day at the Sun Devil? That lady said. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I try really hard when I see little boys. I'm like, tell me everything. I'm like, even at Mother's Day when
my cousin's sons,
and we said, and I was like, oh, show like, and I was like, oh, I can see he likes Pokemon, so I'm going to be interested in Pokemon. I already am. But I'm going to be interested in Pokemon. And then they're kicking okay, let me be interested in the football. Let me be interested in the material that they're working with, so they know that it's safe for them to be who they are around me.
Yeah.
And that to me is like such a gift. Not to be like, hey, don't do that, come and do what I do. You're not a man yet. You don't need to concern yourself with the ways of man just yet, young boy.
Yeah.
There'll be time for that. And we will make time for that. And I will show you what that is. But if I try to grow you up too soon, if I rip you up out of the soil and your roots haven't grown strong enough yet to actually resist me and push back and hold yourself in your center, if I rip you up and try to take you where I'm going, I'm not actually honoring where you're at, your little nervous system. And there's so many men that emotionally their nervous systems can't handle this, and they're regulating with dishonorable things, with terrible things, just to keep themselves afloat. And it's sad, man.
And underneath, just like coming back to the cars and the women and like all the Manosphere stuff, it's like, I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with wanting a nice car or wanting lots of money or like any of that. It's always like, why? Like, what is the driver? Yeah. And, you know, I guarantee you every man on that, it's not just, oh, I'm co-creating with life and this is fun and let me see what's possible, right? That can be a very healthy way to create in these bodies. But it was very fucking obvious in that documentary that, again, this was the little boy, you know, I'm bidding for love. I need love. I need to be fed with love. So this is the way, this is the only way. I haven't learnt to get love just by being myself. Like I've tried to be my authentic self and love isn't given to me. Yeah. So the only way to get love is to, you know, grab all these shiny things and perform. And I think, just coming back like to this cultural piece or just how these individual men, how we shift it is. And, you know, and I think this is a question every fucking human needs to ask themselves. Like, why do I want this? What is driving me? Like, that's the most powerful question we can ask ourselves, because when we are being driven by something like, I'm aching for my daddy's love, right? Or I don't feel good enough, right? Or, you know, fill in the blank. Nothing is going to quench that thirst. No amount of money, no amount of cars, no body count, no fucking nothing is going to quench that thirst, right? Because it's not something that can ever be filled outside of us. That's where the work comes in. And then I'm just thinking of the fathers that are like, this is, now that we're parents as well, it's like, if this conversation is about boys becoming men, and you know, these young men or young boys being exposed to these kind of manosphere influences and conversations, right? It's like the healing of this, how our culture, you know, shifts away from this, does fucking start in the home. It starts with, you know, the father. It starts with the boy in the home. It starts with, you know, is he being loved for who he is? Is he being given attention? Is there a depth of presence in that home? Yeah.
Yeah. Are we attuning ourselves to his needs?
Yeah. And we can extend this conversation to women and girls as well. But this conversation, especially right now with, you know, that just the influence of the manosphere is definitely around, you know, boys.
Totally. And like, I'm even just like these men are doing dishonorable things to earn money and then spruiking values that they are not embodying. They are disembodied. These men are not in their bodies, because if they were, they would be curled up in a ball screaming. If they were feeling what they actually was in their body, they would be curled up in a ball screaming for weeks. If they stepped into a space with deep men that are not governed by money or women or material possessions, like you step into a deep place, these men will find out what masculinity truly is. And like, you don't have power, you know, there's
just because you got a cool car and X amount of dollars in your bank, that doesn't mean
you are going to die just like the rest of us, brother.
Right?
Your name will be forgotten.
Yeah.
You there is one common factor that governs all of us, is that one day we will die. And your grandiosity is not your greatness. Your greatness is the subtle micro things that you do. Like like when we met that little kid at the cafe, and you said, and his mum said, yeah, he still talks. I'm like, oh, that's one of the most proudest. Like, that's one of my most proud moments. Like, that wasn't me at the front of like 200 men. That wasn't me changing a man. That was me just like being present with a
boy when no one was watching.
When no one was watching. And I was like, I didn't do it for any other reason. And I was like, this is my duty as a man, is to move through the community and make sure that the young boys feel what it's like to be in the presence of safety, to feel what it's like to be in the presence of depth, to actually not be on my fucking phone, to not be fucking laughing or talking ill of women, to not be focusing on all of the things that I haven't got yet. It's like, can I be with you here, man? Good to see you. Remind me of your name. Tell me again. Let me be in the community. Be a villager. Yeah. Serve at the altar of your home, man. Like, cook dinner, sit down, set the table, talk to the people around you, connect. And if you can't, do the work on yourself. And I'm not talking about do the work to earn more money and gain more success. Like, do the work to know who you truly are, so you don't have to run around the planet raping and pillaging and gathering things to prove that you're good enough. Because it's a tragedy. It's not a waste of a life. It's a waste of time. It's all unfolding as it should, I'm sure, even though I find that very hard to believe sometimes. But like this whole manosphere stuff, this whole men not knowing how to really respect, revere, and relate. I was angry, but now I'm just sad. And now that I'm sad, I'm like really being asked to dig deep into my own like soul, into my own like deep waters, and be like, what is my work? Do I need to sell out the next thing, or do I just need to serve in every moment? And that's brought me, I'm tapped into a reservoir that is I'm certain will not run out now. I'm not motivated. I am resourced on a spiritual level.
That's so fucking good.
I am like connected to some spiritual wickedness within me that is like, it is undeniable. Like and this is, from our podcast that we did with Press, I'm like, show me life. Show me how to give. Show me how to receive. Show me how to be in relationship with what is here.
Yeah.
Let me serve. And I believe that most men that are sucked into this red pill manosphere nonsense is like, life, give me what I want.
That. Give me as much control, make me, and the more things I have, the more powerful I am. Yeah. Yeah, it's a consume. And as we've been having this conversation, I also just think of like porn, and I'm like, and just the like, it makes me emotional. Just like how devastating it is for how available porn is. And for, I think literally the average age of a boy seeing porn is like 10 or 11 or something. And like how, like often what fucking hope do they have? If a boy is not having a very rooted, protected, safe, emotionally, available and fertile home life, something like witnessing porn, having that available to him at that age, is just so, right? Like how? I literally have no words to describe the pain I feel around that.
How do we change the culture? We protect the young boys' innocence.
Yes, that.
We protect their innocence. Like, I'm just thinking of Irish. I'm like, dude, you have no idea the lengths that I'm going to go to ensure your safe passage into manhood.
And I fucking love that. And that then protects our women and children. Like that, right? And that to, yeah.
I'm going to protect your innocence as a boy, and I'm going to prepare you for manhood.
Yeah.
And those are two very different things. And I need to be present to be able to do both. Yes, I can provide for you, but I've only got two hands. We only need 4 apples. We don't need 400 to be content, to be happy. And I'm not saying we're not going to be rich as fuck and have all the beautiful art and the wonderful. Of course, yes, it's all coming. It's all here. It's all arriving. But I am not for one second going to stop giving you my undivided attention and presence to go out and get more of something that we do not need right now. I'm not going to, you will not lose me in the pursuit of giving you all of the things that I think you need when really you need me. And my success and our abundance will not come at the cost of my presence. It will be the reason that I am successful and abundant.
And and we'll close up in a moment, but where is there for the men that are just disembodied, and it's very unsafe for them to be with their emotions, right? Where is it more comfortable to go out and hunt, right? Hunt the women, hunt, the more money, the more money. Where is that just so fucking comfortable and familiar, where the home life, the being with the children, the being with the wife's emotions, the like being so present, that is an uncomfortable arena to really be deeply present in, because it is, reflecting back a man's inability to be in his own body, right? Even we're in the early stages of parenting, like 19 months in, but oh my gosh, I cannot imagine what you would feel, or how challenging parenting would be if you weren't connected to your own emotions. Or maybe not, maybe you just then shut down your child. But
if you can't feel your emotions, your child will learn to not feel theirs.
Yes, exactly.
So your job is to feel.
Yeah.
And they will copy you. It's very clear that they copy everything we do.
Yeah.
That's very apparent. So the fact that you think, oh no, I'll just go out and make all the money or do all of this, and then they'll have they are looking to you, they are emulating you. There is no, if you are not choosing to connect deeply with the ones closest to you, then you have work to do.
Amen.
If you're not choosing to relate with them and get curious about the deeper places that you can connect with them, then you're avoiding something. So the work is to feel what hasn't been felt and be able to open yourself up to the deeper love that is already here. And then share that with the ones you love. Like, have dinner. Like, make the dinner table the sacred altar where you go and pray every fucking day to the culture of your home, and then let that culture spill out into the neighbours' yards, out into the community. And smile when you go for a walk, go for a bike ride. There's so many things that are here that will give you the sense of freedom that you think exists on the other side of a dollar sign, that exists on the other side of a big deal. And yeah, that doesn't mean that you can't go out and crush it. Please do, but not at the expense of the quality of presence that you bring to your home. That's your gift.
Love it.
We got work to do.
Okay, my loves. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.
Big love.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for this episode, my loves. And if you would love to support this podcast, and we would love it if you did, best way to do that is to subscribe wherever you are listening to this episode right now. And also share this episode with your lover, your husband, your wife, anyone you feel would be into listening to very deep, real, spicy episodes on relationships and sex. And then if you have any questions, come over and join us on Instagram. I'm at the.meg.o on Instagram, and my husband is at the Jacob O'Neill. That's ONEILL over on Instagram as well. Come and ask us any questions, share this episode, tag us, and we will see you very soon right here.